the internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward. There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over SWIFT one day?
Under the Indian presidency, and a global consensus is emerging on the same. The presidency will support the IMF and the FSB, and FSB is also setting the contours of the regulatory framework for a globally coordinated approach to crypto assets. So the presidency, with the support of IMF and the FSB, is setting these contours. The IMF and FSB synthesis paper, about which I've spoken to the media earlier, including a roadmap.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. Oh boy, do I have something big for you guys today. Don't worry about the smoke show. Worry about the facts, connecting the dots, because they're lying to us, and this just pisses me right off. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use that pissed off energy and provide you with factual information why they're trying to cover this up, why they're trying to cover up XRP, the standard. Well, in today's video, as you guys heard that intro, as the G20 wraps up, she goes on to say the IMF and the FSB are globally coordinating this implementation, pretty much is what they're saying. And Ripple is the centerpiece of this, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode. As the markets are dumping, I will be dollar cost averaging into many positions within the next couple of weeks. I will keep you guys updated on what is going to go down. But the shakeout is happening again. Just hodl. You know what we hold. You got nothing to worry about. Back in 2021, Ripple releases this insight, evolving RippleNet for a tokenized future. And then at the Dubai FinTech Summit, they're talking like this year.
When we look forward 5 or 10 years from now, I think we'll find vast swathes of the financial architecture that has been tokenized. Effectively the digitization or tokenization of money market funds, right? These are trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars that could find themselves in tokenized form. And there's an underlying infrastructure that's different for distributed ledger technology relative to the current state of play.
Trillions and trillions of dollars will be tokenized, okay? And just this year alone, Ripple came out and made an announcement that Ripple is going to showcase real estate asset tokenization solution as a part of the Hong Kong Monetary Authority pilot program. Okay, so they're going to tokenize real estate. And the biggest takeaway from this is the title, of course. Visa utilizing XRP 100%. They're lying. They are lying, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show you exactly how. And then after, we're going to get into the IMF FSB synthesis paper. Okay, you got to listen to what they say here. You can't make this stuff up. Where do we even begin? Well, why don't we go ahead and begin with this BS of the article that was published by Forbes Digital Assets. Take a listen to what they said here. Visa will increase its experiments using Circle's USDC, the second largest stablecoin by market capitalization after Tether, to improve the speed of cross-border payments, and will begin sending the US dollar pegged USDC to select merchants via the Solana blockchain, a newly announced pilot. This is a pilot, and this is also, ladies and gentlemen, a smokescreen. You're telling me you're going to utilize Solana, something that was created with FTX, has major ties into it. It was pretty much a pump. The technology's okay. But are you fucking kidding me? This is a smoke show and just irritates me how a lot of people fall for it, but you smart individuals, you guys got to help me spread the word here. XRP is going to be the standard. I own many digital assets, But I understand, and being a banker for 10 years, I know XRP is gonna be the standard. This is not me being an XRP maxi. This is just me laying out the facts. And if you guys recall what Jeremy Allaire said here, the CEO of Circle's USDC, listen to what he says here on the World Economic Forum panel. Why is Solana here? Solana cannot scale into the trillions.
We're really close. I mean, USDC itself we've seen over $3.5 trillion of transactions directly on the internet between counterparties. And so if we can, improve it with more scalable blockchain technologies like, Brad's company provides, more scalable blockchain technologies like, Brad's company provides, and we can make this extremely low cost to move, and then enable individuals with digital wallets that can interact, and you can scale into the risk, right? Is the way I like to think of it. But
and then let's go back for a moment and understand where we are in this world. Our human minds are not expanded or cannot reach so far to see what's going to happen in the future. And here's another example of Jeremy Allaire trying to explain that to us.
But I think fundamentally, we are moving into a world where the concept of a cross-border payment will be as crazy sounding as the concept of a cross-border email. We don't think about cross-border emails. We don't think about having a cross-border web browsing session.
And the best part about all this is there is less than 2% of the world's population into crypto assets, ladies and gentlemen. Now take a look at this. We got the IMF, the World Bank, the FSB all together. Take a look at this. It says 8 to 12 months. IMF to integrate crypto asset policies into article assessment and FSAB were suitable. And then it says IMF and World Bank to integrate recommendations for a comprehensive framework for crypto assets as a part of technical assistance and capacity building. We know the World Bank has been talking about Ripple XRP since inception. I'm gonna show you actually right now. This is a PDF that was put together by the World Bank back in 2018, and they said an even more radical departure from proof of work, because they know proof of work doesn't work, is to grant the authority to maintain the blockchain to a limited number of pre-selected trusted participants. Ripple has taken this approach working with commercial banks. It reinstates trusted intermediaries into the blockchain network. And this is what I said from day one, and I got goosebumps coming in. The biggest takeaway from looking into Ripple is the trust that they have built over the past 10 years in putting everybody within the Ripple network. When you look at it from a banker's perspective, trust and market stability and a track record into a new infrastructure is going to be the biggest takeaway, and Ripple has it all, okay? And going back to stable coins, this article, this PDF you guys are all familiar with, this was back from 2021. They talked about, although DLT-based payment protocols and the internet layer for payment services remain nascent and unlikely to replace correspondent banking infrastructure on a large scale in the short term, its low cost, transparency, and real-time processing speed provide encouraging signs to the sector in their role in the future of cross-border payments. It's coming. And then under stablecoins and cross-border payments, which we're going to break down stablecoins, because the only reason why we're talking about this is because we have Visa experimenting Circle's USDC on Solana, which is a complete smoke show. It's a complete smoke show, folks. Solana is, I can't even, words can't describe what's going through my head right now. But under stablecoins for cross-border payments, the World Bank, which are hand in hand with the IMF and the FSB, they all work together, okay? They said any accepted type of currency or asset can be used to transact on the Ripple network. Cross-border payments using Ripple transact using XRP, a digital currency, works as a liquidity source whenever it is necessary, besides acting as a bridge between two currencies. And now, let's break this down, okay? And talking about like the G20 roadmap, I've covered this in my yesterday video, but folks, give me a break, okay? I gotta bring this up again. We got the FSB with the IMF and the World Bank talking about in Q4 2021, they're gonna start exploring liquidity bridges. And the same month, we got Ripple coming out and saying they're gonna preview their liquidity hub. That's going to allow their customers to seamlessly access crypto assets from a variety of global venues, including market makers, exchanges, and over-the-counter desks. Give me a break. I'm not going to show you the evidence. If you know, you know. If you're new to my channel, this is the first video. We have hardcore evidence of this FSB roadmap utilizing Ripple technology and XRP, because the XRP metrics, they don't lie, folks. So where do we go from here? We go right here. The impact of XRP stablecoin integration on XRP price. XRP can serve as a bridge currency to facilitate cross-border transactions involving stablecoins, reducing the need for pre-funding accounts in different currencies. Stablecoin integration can make XRP more attractive for use in various financial applications, potentially increasing demand. Higher liquidity can attract traders and investors, potentially impacting XRP's price dynamics. And I've said this before, corporations, institutions are going to be looking for the most liquid asset with the highest liquidity, okay? Very important to keep that in the back of your mind. Increased adoption within the Ripple ecosystem can lead to network effects, encouraging more participants and use of XRP. And just a couple more pointers, and then we're going to get into a level playing field. By reducing exposure to currency fluctuations during transactions, XRP may become more appealing for various applications driving demand. And that is why I said, the fact that the price of XRP has been so stable for the past years is a very important thing. And just to show you, the fact that the price of XRP right now is at 49 cents, and a month or so ago, okay, it was about 90 cents. That kind of fluctuation is totally fine. And you're probably thinking, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that is when the price of XRP hits, let's say, $70, if it fluctuates to $75 or $77 or $80, that spread between $70 to $80, that spread of $10 market fluctuation is doable. That is sustainable. That is okay. It's not always going to be stable, just like Tether, right? Or like the US dollar. So in the future, when XRP, once XRP moons, it's going to stay at that price for a while until the next leg up. So if XRP when it goes to $100, it'll go from 100 to 110, it'll come back down to 102, go back to 111, come back to 104, go back to 100. That is totally fine. You could still run an economy based on that price spread and the fluctuation, okay? Increased utility and positive sentiment can attract more investors and traders to XRP, potentially affecting its price. XRP's price is influenced by various factors, including market sentiment, adoption, regulatory developments, and overall market conditions. Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. You know, they're trying to create a level playing field across every single country.
Used as a sort of universal bridge. And blockchains are what provide that level playing field so that...
And the liquidity in digital assets could be applied to actually make that much more democratized.
The level playing field.
The bank is leveling the playing field between old and new.
Most efficient, fair and global way as possible, and that implies clearly a level playing field.
Been losing hundreds of billions of dollars with the European Union, and we just want it to be a level playing field.
Making U.S. companies competitive. We need to create a level playing field.
Exactly the issue we need to address with what you call level playing field.
Whatever we do, we create a level playing field.
But there also has to be a level playing field.
And in order to achieve that, you need everybody on board. You need an infrastructure that could handle the world's economy and multiple different GDPs across the planet. And I'm going to finish off this video by saying this. this technology, this revolution that we're going through will be here for the next 100 years, 200 years. We'll probably all die unless they come out with some sort of new technology in the future where we could not age, where we could do multiple transplants. I'm sure you could do all that stuff right now. You just need a lot of money. But again, who wants to live for that long? I don't think I want to be here in 2090 where we got AIs walking on the streets. We got a couple aliens on the street. We got humans. I feel like we humans in the future are going to be looked at as like the peasants. But the world's changing, folks. The world is changing. Look at ChatGPT. That is an industry plant. What everybody is doing right now, us humans, oh man, we are so stupid, but that's why we're stupid. Everybody that uses ChatGPT is basically making that AI so smart. Oh my God, it scares the shit out of me. Everything we put into ChatGPT is just making that AI bigger, stronger, more knowledgeable, and basically taking everything from us. The way we type, the kind of questions we ask. There's just so much more, man. I can't even explain this. With that being said, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. The World Bank, the IMF, the FSB, Ripple, tokenization of real world utility. It's all coming, folks. It's going to be an absolutely amazing moment for every single one of you guys. I from the bottom of my heart, you guys have no idea how big these things are going to get. And, you know, if it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was easy, everybody would buy in crypto. And it's not for everybody. I truly appreciate every single one of you guys. And you guys are so intelligent. And I'm just right now, I'm lost of words of where this planet is, where this world is headed towards. It's just crazy to me. We'll be back with another.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.